Hi folks, my name's Darren and welcome back to Does It Bass. First of all, thank you very much for bearing with me over the last few weeks. Thanks for anyone who's reached out to say how we're doing. I really appreciate that. Right now, I'm not doing too bad. The arm is alright and I'm able to play. Now, I'm pretty sure one of the goals for most people who do anything in terms of YouTube demos is to have someone reach out and say, hey, do you want to try our stuff on your channel? And that happened to me a while back. A nice gentleman called Steve Cook saw the channel and he was like, yeah, do you want to check out some of my presets that are on the custom tone site? Yeah, I'll check them out and I'll do a video on them. So full disclosure on this one, I did actually have a play with the presets last night. But what actually happened was, I was looking back at some of the footage and I really did not do them any justice whatsoever. Now, if you're looking for the sort of preset that is absolutely jam-packed with everything you're ever going to need in a simple preset, just the one preset, these aren't going to be your presets. What these presets are a straight-up access to instant, awesome tones. So the EQs on the amps have been taken care of, any compression, any extra EQ blocks, any drive. The only thing that hasn't been taken care of on all the presets are either cab sims or IRs. You can either add your own, or in my experience from when I was actually playing with them last night, some of them don't need any cab sim or IR, which I think is great, especially since I do like using cab sims and IRs in everything that I do. But the reason when I recorded everything I feel like I just done the presets a bit of a disservice, I just went on and on. And I think it's because I lost my flow a little bit because I haven't been doing this for a couple of weeks. So, like I said, to look back at some of the footage and I just wasn't happy the way that I presented it. So rather than go through every single preset that Steve has passed on to myself for demo to you guys, I'm actually just going to pick a couple out of the packs that he's given me. And I'm going to see how it sounds, what I can do with them. Now, I'm not actually going to be doing any demo tracks for any of this today. It's going to be straight up, here's the preset. This is what it sounds like. This is what else is on the preset. And there you go. I've also got my Helix control set down by here. So if there are any snapshots or any extra effects, I'll switch them on and off so we can go through them. I'll also let you know what the intention behind the preset was, in terms of what sort of sound he was going for, what sort of uses it was intended for. But if I'm going to be honest though, you can just screw the rules with that one. You can use these presets how you want them. I will put a link in the description to the presets on the Line 6 custom tone site. And for the prices that they are and the tones you're actually getting straight out of it, I don't think the prices are that bad at all. If anything, they're really good. But on that note, I just need to say I'm not being paid. I haven't been asked to say that these presets are awesome. I've been given these presets to test, try out, see what I think of them, see what I can do with them, and pass that on to you guys. But you will get my 100% honest thoughts behind these presets. So I've been given 4 preset packs to look at. The Nashville, the Sweet Pea, the Modern, and Vintage Swoon. Now within these preset packs there are obviously other little presets. I'm not going to go that in depth with them. I'm just going to pick a couple that I like and present them to you in the way that I would use them, either live or recording. So there may be a little bit of volume difference between some of these presets, which I'll try and do as I'm going along. And if there's any clipping as I'm going along, I'll just turn it down. And also, just to be completely and utterly fair to Steve, I'm not actually going to show you anything on HX Edit when I'm bringing the presets up, because obviously then you see all the parameters and it'll defy the point if you're actually going to buy the presets in the first place. They're well priced enough. There's a bit of a sale on at the minute by the looks of it as well, so go out, check the presets out, spend a bit of money, and believe me, some of these tones you will not regret it. So to start off, we're going to focus on the Nashville bass pack. Now the Nashville bass pack is a total of 15 presets all in all, but they are divided into subcategories. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is Blackbird Aggro. So the Blackbird presets as a whole, all 4 of them, are designed to sound like you're going into a high-end recording studio. And truth be told, this one out of this pack, the Blackbird set, is my favourite. Not bad. So we got the low and high cut there. See if we take that off. That low and high cut is obviously affecting the volume as well. And the LA Studio comp is obviously taking it down quite a bit. Yeah, the compressor's working overtime there. Yeah, didn't like that. No, that's just me being silly. But yeah, I mean... yeah, that one sounds really good. Let's go to the next one. So the next one we're going to look at is the Broadway Live, and this one has been designed essentially to have multiple tones available on one board for a gig where you're doing multiple different styles. So for example, we've got an auto filter, we've got an overdrive, a chorus, and a parametric EQ. So I'll turn the auto filter off, chorus, and the parametric EQ and see how we are just nice and clean. Also, there is no cab sim on this one, this is just as is. So that's it, nice and clean without any cab sim. I quite like it as it is, to be honest. I'm not actually going to throw a cab sim on. Let's see what this auto filter does. Cool. And just so you know as well, this mode switch doesn't actually work for me right now. Simple reason being, the top line is for going into a amp or FR on stage. I'm just using the bottom one as if it's going straight to a desk. Straight in. Straight with the parametric EQ. Cool. Let's put a bit of overdrive on. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I don't like overdrive without a cab sim. That's alright, that is. I really, really like that. I like that with that overdrive. Take the parametric EQ off. Parametric EQ back, let's go to the chorus, my favourite. Beautiful. I think that goes really well without a cab sim. Let's take the parametric off. Bit of overdrive. Bit of auto filter. parametric back on. Really nice. Do you know what? I think we're going to adapt that preset for my live sound, because I don't know how we sort of found a way that I like it clean with a cab sim. Yeah, I'm just noodling now, but yeah, that was really, really cool. Let's jump into the next one. So the next one we're going to look at is the Sweet P. Now, this has been designed, obviously, around a P bass, with that P bass sound in mind. But what I've actually done with this one is I've added my own impulse response on, which I'll turn on and off so you can just get the difference between them both. The impulse response is of an Ampeg 810, naturally. But yeah, all the snapshot really does is it takes the EQ off it. Otherwise, it's a very, very simple preset, but it sounds really good. So I'm just going to take the IR off for now, put a snapshot 1, see what we can get out of it. Also, I know I haven't got a P bass, so what I've actually done is I've rolled, it's in passive, and I've rolled it onto the neck pickup. It does give it that P bass-esque sound. We know it's not a P bass, but hey ho. Now, so with the impulse response on, let's take the impulse response off. Oh. Damn, my feet are too big. Now see, even without the impulse response, that's got a really, really nice woody sound to it. I really, really like that. Let's put the EQ on without the impulse response. And that sound is really, really reminiscent of some of the famous P-bass line songs. Like, you know, as soon as you hear it, it's a P-bass. Now, like I said, I know I haven't got a P-bass, but somehow this has got that sound. Whatever he's done with it, the EQ, the compressor, I don't know, but that sounds really, really nice without the impulse response as it is. It's really good. Let's try it with the IR. It's really, really woody, open sounding with the impulse response. That one preset there, the Sweet P, is pretty much converting me to the less is more camp, because that just sounds beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Gonna try it with a pick. Let's maybe try something a bit more let me take the IR off for that one. Now see there, I prefer that with the IR on actually. Turn to snapshot 1. Nice. Really nice. Cool. Cool. That's that one done. Okay, now on to the modern. Now, I do like this one as well. I've had a bit of a play with it. Again, I've signed an impulse response to one of the switches on the Helix control. Again, it's the 810 one. And what have we got here? We've got, so it's got 2 compressors, an overdrive, a preamp, and obviously now the impulse response. But we won't use the impulse response an awful lot. We'll turn it off to start off with. So it's got 2 snapshots. Snapshot 1 is driven goodness, and snapshot 2 is some squashed compression with a bit more control. Let's try the driven one first. Not bad. Let's try that with the impulse response. Well, I'm actually still on the neck pickup. I prefer that without the impulse response, I'll be honest with you. Even though it needs a bit more level. Let's give it a bit more again. Yeah, I like that. Let's go to the snapshot 2, which is the more compressed, controlled, squishy sort of sound. So I'm going to grab a pick. That's really squishy, really nice and squishy and compressed. Put the impulse response on. Turn the gain down a little bit on the output. Nice, I like that. I think I prefer snapshot 2 with the impulse response on that particular one. So, that is the modern one done. Now, Vintage Swoon. So Vintage Swoon is 3 snapshots. Snapshot 1 is for a direct vibe with a twist. Snapshot 2 is for a bit of drive and a bit more of an EQ option. And snapshot 3 is essentially all of those particular options on. So, we are going to go snapshot 1. Now, I'm not sure what this switches up here. Let's have a look. Ah, okay. So this one here, it switches between the amp and cab. Now, the amp and cab aren't actually in line. They're in parallel. You can switch between them. But if I just go back to snapshot 1... Yeah, it's got that sort of vintagey vibe about it. I'm not going to argue with that. Let's take a snapshot 2. Ah, now see, now we're getting into more the... Again, it sounds a bit like P-bass territory. I think that might be because there's no cab sim, this is just the amp. Not bad, not bad. Now snapshot 3, which is basically the amp and cab on, but in parallel. Not bad, not bad. Cool. So there's just a few snippets of the preset packs by Steve Cook, which are available on the Line 6 Custom Tone site. What are my thoughts? Well, in terms of time saving and not having to dial anything in, apart from the output gain, for tones that are pretty much studio ready or gig ready. Again, no tweaking, no messing about. They're brilliant. They are really, really, really good. But as far as the tones that we've looked at, I can't find anything wrong with them really. They sound really, really good. They do what they say, which I think is probably for me the selling point. You want a vintage style tone? Boom, this is here. You want a modern style tone? Boom, this is here. You can't argue with that, and especially for some of the prices that he's got some of these presets. Now yes, we know you can go and you can get free presets here, there and everywhere on the Line 6 Custom Tone site, but guys like Steve Cook, they have spent ages sitting and crafting these tones to save you time. One of the things I do love about the Line 6 Helix family of products in general, as well as, don't get me wrong, you can do it with other ones, but there's that community online where you can share presets and share tone secrets and do this, do that. You can do it all across most of the Helix platforms. And I think that's really, really cool. Especially when you can go in and just buy these gig and studio ready tones for such a great price. I mean, you know, what was it? $3.99 for the vintage swoon pack in the UK. That's going to be what, £2.50 to £3 maybe. And for me personally, you know, you can't argue with that. The other great thing about these particular preset packs that Steve has got is they're actually available on the Line 6 Helix, Rack, LT, HX Stomp, and the HX Stomp XL. So if you've got any of the above devices, brilliant. You can download the preset packs and it'll work across all platforms. Anyway guys, that's it from me. I just want to say thanks very much for bearing with me on my little bit of time off. I'm very, very glad to be back, and that's probably the most bass playing I've done in 3 to 4 weeks. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out my other content, whether it be Line 6 Helix related, pedal demo related, some of my covers, anything along the lines of. Go and check it out. Make sure you do the normal thing of liking, sharing and subscribing. Most important of all that is leave that thumbs up on there, because as we know, the more thumbs up that there are, the higher up the list it goes when people are searching for things, and you'll be letting the world see my beautiful face. Do you know, I shaved my head tonight, especially for this. Be grateful. You could have had a much less attractive Darren this evening. Anyway guys, thank you very, very much. Check out all the links in the description, whether it be for my Buy Me a Coffee account if you want to leave me a nice little tip for a cup of coffee, even though I've got a beard tonight. Please, please, please check out Steve Cook's presets packs on the Line 6 Custom Tone site. And Steve, thank you very, very much for providing these presets for demo. And I will be back within the next week where I'm going to be shooting out a couple of fuzzes. So that should be a fun one. Stay safe, I'll see you soon. Bye!